Hi everyone from 489. I want to just go over the assignments and what's left to be done, just so there can be no confusion. So when you go to Canvas, this is what you should be seeing, something very similar to what I have here. And the first thing I want to talk about is the projects. So the next deliverable project is due the 19th of November, which is actually not that far. And that's the completed coded project. So it should be a prototype of the screens, the edits. If you don't have code behind it, it should be something that actually can uh, be on, be either HTML coded, but something that is on a computer screen that you can then pretend to enter data if you really don't have tables behind it. So the coded project is the next piece of this. I know two of the groups already are going to have their tables all set up, and they will have working prototypes. I'm unsure about the other two groups. So that's the first thing I want to just remind you. I have consolidated a bit the status reports. I could say a lot about the status reports, but the best I can say about them is that they have some words in them. They're very vague, and I wish I could have had more information in them. But with that being said, I provided grades, so I've consolidated them. So for the first 10 of them, I made it 40 points. You only had to have 8 of the 10 to get the 40 points, but they had to have something significant in them to even do that. Then there are 4 left, and the 4 left are also going to be 40 points, and I'm looking for them to have significant amount of information in them. This is a writing intensive class. I expect to be able to know exactly what's happening in the project through these status reports. And they need to be posted onto the websites. So that's the next thing. The final presentation, I sent out a doodle last week. Based upon the results of the doodle, the presentations will be on December 7th, Thursday, December 7th, from 5 to 6:30 p.m. So plan to come from 5 to 6:30 with your group, with your presentation, to be able to present and show what you've done. In addition, there'll be a final project documentation where you've kind of consolidated your documentation into something that would be a document that you would be able to hand people to understand your project, understand the detailed design, understand the testing and the implementation. So it would discuss the users. It would be a synopsis of the documents that you should have been giving me all semester. Lastly, I want to just talk about the final reflection. The final reflection is, since this is a writing intensive class, I need some individual writing to be able to actually qualify the class appropriately for the university. So this final reflection is very important. It is due December 8th at 11:59. I am tentatively planning to be out of the country on December 9th, so it may be difficult to get these documents if I do not have them by the 8th, so I'm not accepting them. If they're not there in Canvas on the 8th, then you'll get a 0 on it. And the final reflection is very clear. I have put together a list of 21 questions that you need to ask. You can actually just take each question and write on each question. It needs to be, however, 10 pages, so about 3,000 words. So you can decide how you want to handle that, but you need to be able to make those number of words. And like I say, late work is not accepted. So these are the assignments that we have to do. If you have not provided the detailed design or any of these other documents, I will consider giving some credit for it, but frankly, at this point, those things need to be decided. If you needed database help, for example, I bought a server space on GoDaddy, and one group is going to be setting up their files on it. If you also need to be able to set up your tables on a MySQL database, let me know. I can then partition to be able to give you some space as well. So that's it for now. I hope that this has been helpful, and please get your projects in on time. You have only 4 weeks. Thanks. Bye-bye.